Teaching vocation, post-vocational era. Teaching has long been a safe and most economic method of archiving knowledge data to be further transmitted to the upcoming generations. Archives of clay tablets, papyri, parchments, carved stone inscriptions, and printed book folios would have no meaning but for the teaching vocation and its faithful adepts, teachers. 2000s seemed to fervently set for relieving the world routine from the nation of educators. While educators and teachers per se would be reformed to an alternative sector of home economy, private tutoring. The question is whether the design changes shall be socially profitable. Repercussions are being felt while still in the process of cancelling formal class teaching as redundant and hence economically ineffective. In the historical perspective, the home economy was the one to forefront the necessity of public teaching. Now it has been concluding its futility. For over 3 decades, we have been facing the challenge of the teaching crisis. Phrasing is essential in coining this term. It definitely is not the crisis of teaching objectives, methods, or pedagogy, since teachers keep revering, keep living and dreaming their life work. Eventually, there is a tendency to see this reverence and vocational thinking as marginal to the process of knowledge acquisition. Second question is what alternative teaching values are to be introduced into the stead of the classic ones. Capabilities, diligence in advancement, extensive and intensive referential research, propensity for analysis and general admiration for the learning process are no longer considered to be foundational for the education productivity. What are the would-be options? The core principles of home economy flashing one's ability to keep updated, constantly upgraded and self-educated via distance learning platforms are designed for the adults rather than the school teens. Teenagers are in need of civilized manners, practice of self-discipline, ordered process of studies to base the latter process of self-education and social integrity in their adult career. Educational motivation has been purposefully suspended from this discussion, being part and parcel of a different dimension. Students' motivation is a factor heavily dependent on familial and psychologically subjective background. Founding motivation to learn is more a social factor than a pedagogical means of controlling the student's achievements. Once vocational teaching values are pronounced redundant and passé in the 2020s, the educational sector can hardly expect motivation of the teens to attend the studies for the sake of learning. They do attend, driven by the process of teen socialization in the school-teen society. Social career thereby acquires the significance of the main life objective. Motion through life and career stages is then trusted to the social elevators, making knowledge and acquisition of intellectual skills less essential for ascending to the top of the social hierarchy, placing meritocracy far beyond the grid of social and career advancement altogether. Felicitously, among my very modern students, who are bound for placing teaching vocation among the lowest possible in the range of all job spectrum, there are some still dreaming of becoming a teacher. For those youngsters who are born to dream of teaching, the vocation is the means of transforming the society into a happier one. These teens choose to be trained as a daycare or a public school teacher, to involve kids' vivid imagination, emotions, and creative analytical thinking to make their life a success. When asked about their motives, most of them follow the model of their teaching-engaged parents to be emulated. There is a hope for the Ministry of Education to survive the current crisis of pedagogical values. Despite social and economic pressures, vocational teaching genes are being transmitted to continue educating and civilizing the humankind offsprings.